So who am I? My name is Walter Epic, and I wear multiple hats. The first of which is I'm a pediatric emergency doctor, but I'm also an academic physician, which means I've done a lot of teaching and worked in high pressure environments. And my journey to become a plant-based person began in 2018 when I watched Forks Over Knives and some other documentaries, and it was like a stroke of lightning. And I really, from one day to the next, pretty much stopped eating meat, eggs, cheese, and milk, and felt great about that. And was already working out regularly, which was lovely. And but I still wasn't achieving my fitness goals. Sort of felt like I could lose weight, become a little more fit, and sort of optimize things a little bit. And which is how I came to see you and discover you on Instagram and follow you secretly until I decided to reach out and learn more. So when I reflect on my situation before coming to Game Changers, I would say I was managing. I was eating a plant-based diet for about a year and a half. I was working out, but somehow spinning my wheels a little bit and wasn't quite achieving the goals that I had had for myself, which was to lose weight in the first instance, but also feel better about how I looked to myself and to others. I always felt a little self-conscious, I would say, about my appearance. And I think that was probably the number one reason for reaching out to you and then ultimately deciding to join the Game Changer program, was because I wanted to feel good in my own skin. And I think I wasn't feeling good in my own skin before. And I think some of that was also related to a belief that as a physician I should be able to do this on my own. And of course now, looking back, I realize how should have I known, because we don't learn much about nutrition in medical school, and even watching documentaries isn't enough, because it doesn't give you the accountability, the personalized coaching, and the structure that your program offered. That really, as a bundle together, of course, being part of the Game Changer community, is part of the bundle that then accelerates your progress. So what were the biggest changes for me in the program, and what were my wins? I think that I started prioritizing my own self-care, so to speak. Like, I prioritized taking care of myself. And that began with having routines that set me up for success every day, like getting up, reading The Daily Stoic, which is a book by Ryan Holiday. It's just a page a day that gets me in the mind frame of positivity, drinking a cup of coffee, and then getting out for a walk. Because doing 10,000 steps a day is one of the foundational elements of the program. And I think it's one of the best parts of the program, because it is something that I can accomplish every single day. And so getting my day started in a positive way, and then just following the workouts and executing. And I think my journey, especially when I was in the phase of, developing habits, losing weight, and learning new habits, this was around the time when the pandemic was starting, when it seemed like everything was spinning out of control, and there was a temptation to just consume social media and news online and constantly look for updates. And because I was in the program and because I was focusing on myself, I knew that I could focus on what I could control every single day. And that was following my routines, getting in my steps, doing my workouts, and following the meal plan and getting my macros, and just showing up every day and executing those things. And that was incredibly empowering at a time when everything seemed out of control around me. And I think that was a huge success factor for me. So what changed with the program physically? Well, I lost weight. Pretty much over a 6-month period, I lost nearly 30 pounds. And that transformed not only what I saw in the mirror, but how I felt around myself. Suddenly I had little veins on my arm, which I'd never had before in my life. I could see little veins on my abdomen. And I could do more exercises, more pull-ups, more dips, as sort of very tangible, objective markers of my increased fitness. The biggest value I got out of the program was realizing that it is okay to take time to focus on myself, to help myself feel well, both physically and mentally, and that in helping myself, I was better able to care for other people, both in my family, the patients I was caring for in the hospital, as part of the teams, the research teams I'm working on. So I'm more available and present for the people who need something from me. And that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting this journey to be about myself, but actually it's also about the people I work with and interact with on a daily basis. And the other big thing that I didn't realize as much as how other people would respond to me, becoming fitter and in better shape. And that's been incredibly inspiring and motivating to see the impact that I can have on other people, and the conversations that I have that helps them perhaps begin their own journey. If you're wondering whether or not you should do the program, I would say stop wondering and just do it. It's one of those things you ask yourself, why didn't I do this sooner? Is one of my biggest things. Of course, I can't go back and change time, but stop wondering and just take the leap, and you won't regret it.